y'all, it's Wendy Johnson with Drive Across Texas, and we are talking homeschooling. I'm so excited today to share something different with you guys that we've learned about, and I've used it before, and my friend Ashley Shafer, she uses it now, and she's going to kind of give her experience with a program called Time for Learning. It's an online homeschooling program, or not just homeschooling, schooling across the board. It's going to be used for different things. So Ashley, tell us a little bit about the program and how you use it.
Okay. Well, we utilized Time for Learning basically because when we got into homeschooling, everything was like really overwhelming to me. Just trying to figure out what exactly my daughter was going to need, and like because curriculum has changed since I was younger, and I just wanted to make sure I was keeping her with what was being taught, to everybody else. And so Time for Learning has been really good for us because we can go in and we can utilize and pick the lesson plans that we want, and we can create a lesson plan for where she's at, because she's working in between grade levels. So like I don't have to do all one grade level. I can pick the grade levels we're working on and the subjects we're working on. And so that's been really good for us. There's some redundancy in the program, so if you have like a quick learner, they tend to cover the information repetitively. So it does, but it does also give you the information, the ability to skip around and skip those lessons.
Oh, that's good.
The only problem is like if you're doing math and say they're doing a math lesson and they get the answer right, well, the program wants to explain the correct answer anyways.
Oh.
So that's been a little bit of a downside of it. If you have like a quick learner who doesn't need it explained, you still get it explained even if you get it right. But that's really been like one of the only, it's hard to, you can't fast forward a lesson once you've started. You have to do the whole thing. So if you get it right, you're still going to get the explanation.
Which for some may be a good thing.
Exactly. It's
for some. Maybe irritating.
Exactly. Everybody learns at their own pace, which is why, it does give you the option to not do some of the ones that are just covering the same topic again and again. Sometimes you get like 3 lessons on one topic and you're like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, and that's any curriculum, really. I've seen a lot of that, and I do like it whenever you can kind of be like, okay, we've done this, they've gotten it, let's move on. That's a good thing.
That's one thing I tell them, like, if you're getting this and you've already made like a decent grade, skip the lesson, let's move on to something else.
That way they don't get bored or frustrated, with something they've already kind of gotten.
Exactly.
That's good. Cool. So, and I noticed on there it goes like elementary all the way up to high school. So there's lots of grade levels, lots of options. It's pretty affordable too. I noticed that on the website.
It is really affordable. It's like $20-something a month, and you get like your whole, curriculum.
That's nice.
Given
so that way.
Yeah, you get your whole lesson plan given to you, and you can follow it. You can customize it to your child. The only thing I do notice, like it's not really tailoreable to like children with special needs.
Okay.
So that's not really an option for this one. But once again, I don't have much experience working with that, so I don't know if they do have lessons that you could tailor to that. But I just know there's not really an option for that.
Okay.
But there is, you have a lot of flexibility. And it does track grades. It doesn't give you a report card, but it will track their grades, how they're doing, their average on a certain subject, how long they spend on that subject.
Oh, that's good.
And it also gives them the ability to go back and redo things. Say they find something they like. So your kid likes science and they want to go back and do the science again. A lot of the lessons are very interactive. They're cartoon. And that's another thing to consider, is if your child is cartoons are too young, it might not be something they're interested in, but if they thrive on still watching the cartoons and that sort of thing, it's very engaging in that aspect.
Okay, yeah, cool. So do you think that kids need to be really good readers or anything like that with this program? Is that a kind of reading a big deal?
Yes, I have noticed that once we have basically up until 2nd grade, her reading skills were, she was gaining them. And then once we hit 3rd and 4th grade, it changed from being more told to her during the lesson to this is what you need to read.
Oh, okay.
So it has changed. I have noticed it has gotten less cartoonish
Yeah.
the more advanced in grades we get. And it is requiring more of her ability to read and remember things as well. And it does, they do have to reference some things in some of the quizzes. So they've got, it's different because you had a book where you could go back and reference in school.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got a computer program and you got to go click out of that, go back to the lesson you were on and flip through the pages and that.
Okay.
So it's, you know, it's a little bit of, it's a little different, it takes some getting used to, but
Yeah.
it's really easy to work with.
I bet for the kids though it's not as big a deal because that's how they do things now. Is
Right,
on the
I know.
computer,
It's
on
like
their phone. On the
gap for me, so
Yeah.
I'm like having to like, this isn't how we did it, and her
Yeah.
it's no big deal. Like she teaches me how to do stuff all the
That's
time, and she's taught me how to navigate the homeschooling program a little bit. She's like, no, Mom, this is how you do it. Oh,
There
okay.
you go. I like that. So it
Right.
teaches some independence in there too.
Right,
So
yes.
that's nice.
Yeah, because I will, she's very much at the age where she doesn't want me in there hovering over her while
She
she
wants
does
to
her
do it.
lessons.
Yeah.
She wants to do it herself. So I can tell her, you need to finish this lesson, this lesson, and this lesson, you know, for the day, and she'll work on it, and then she'll get me if she needs help. Because there are times when they, you know, the kid loses interest, they don't follow along, and they get
Yeah.
frustrated. So you go in and you have to go back and go over it with them. But
Need a little extra. I
but
like
it's
that.
it's been a really good program thus far.
Well, good. I had another question for you. So I know you and your husband have your own business.
We do.
So, you know, even he works outside the home, you're at home with your daughter. So you're a working mom as well. Does this program help you with kind of being able to balance your time there?
Yes, yes, very much.
Because that's
so.
a big question,
No,
you know,
it
for
very
people.
much is, especially if she's doing like the online stuff and she's working at her own pace. It very much gives me the freedom to do, because not only do I work from home, our business is out of our home as well.
Yeah.
So I'm at home all the time, so I'm either working on schoolwork with her or working on business stuff for him, and it makes it very easy and flexible as well, because like if I have to take a break from her and go handle something from him, you know, she can either take her break or she can do
Something independently.
something independently, because there's also stuff in the time for learning. It's called the playground. So if you've been on there a certain amount of time, you can go to what they call fun learning activities.
Okay.
And you can go, and so that's an option too as well. So once she's done enough or a certain amount of schoolwork on there, I'll give her playground time and she can go to the online playground and do that. And that works well if I have to step away for a bit to do
That's a good option.
adult work.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully some people have gotten some insight on that,
so.
and it'll kind of help them a little bit, maybe something that might help them in their homeschooling.
I hope so. I wish everybody the best of luck moving forward in all of this.
That's right. That's right. It's a crazy time. Thank you
Very
so
much
much
so.
for coming in.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.